I am 104 years old. My memory is like a sieve for some things. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, or where I put my glasses 5 minutes ago, or the name of the nurse who gave me my pills. But other things are etched in stone. Other things are burned into the back of my eyelids so that I see them every time I blink. I remember the smell of my mother's perfume, lilac water, cheap stuff from the drugstore, purple bottle with a gold cap, cost maybe 50 cents. She would dab it behind her ears on Sunday mornings before church. To me, it didn't smell cheap. It smelled like heaven. It smelled like safety. It smelled like home. I remember the roughness of my father's hands when he tucked me in. He worked in the fields from sunup to sundown. His hands were like bark, cracked and stained with soil and oil. He smelled of tobacco and sawdust and sweat and the deep, rich earth. I remember the sound of their laughter in the kitchen late at night when they thought we were asleep, a low murmur of voices discussing bills and dreams and gossip, the soundtrack of my childhood safety. They have been gone for 60 years. 60 years. That is a lifetime. That is 2 generations. And I still reach for the phone sometimes to tell my mama something funny that happened at the store. I pick it up, dial the first 3 digits of a number that hasn't existed since 1965, Maine 429, and then I freeze. The line is dead. The number is disconnected. The house is gone. It's Aju Che Chang parking lot now. And the grief hits me fresh like a punch to the gut, like cold water in the face, even after half a century. The ache doesn't go away. It just changes shape. It becomes a dull, constant hum in the background of your life. I look at you young people today. You are so busy, so important. You have your careers. You have your boundaries. You have your therapists telling you to cut out toxic people. You have your self-help books telling you to prioritize your inner child. You treat your family like a subscription service you can cancel if you don't like the content that month. You treat people like apps you can delete from your home screen. My mom is so annoying. You tell your friends over overpriced coffee while scrolling on your phone. She calls me too much. She asks me when I'm getting married. She doesn't understand my life. My dad is so old-fashioned, you complain. He doesn't understand my politics. He votes for the wrong person. He uses the wrong words. He's embarrassing. My sister is dramatic, you say. I'm blocking her for my mental peace. I need to protect my energy. She's a narcissist. Child, listen to me. Put the coffee down and listen to an old woman who has seen the end of the movie you are just starting. You are throwing away gold because it has a little dirt on it. You are burning down the house because the roof leaks. You are cutting off your own limb because it has a scratch. You think you have infinite time. You think your parents will always be there, sitting in that old house, waiting for you to grace them with a visit at Christmas. You think they are static characters in your movie, just waiting in the wings until you need a plot point. You think you can punish them with your silence now and make up for it later. You think you can teach them a lesson by not calling. Later is a lie. Later is a thief. Later often means never. Let me tell you a story. I had a brother, Samuel. He was 2 years older than me. We fought like cats and dogs. He was stubborn as a mule. I was stubborn as a rock. We clashed. We yelled. We threw things. But we loved each other. Until we stopped speaking. Do you know why? Over $50. $50 he borrowed and didn't pay back on time. $50. Can you imagine? It seems like a fortune when you have nothing. But looking back, it was dust. We let $50 of pride build a wall between us for 10 years. 10 years. That is 3,750 days. That is 10 Christmases. That is 10 birthdays. That is 10 years of missed nieces and nephews growing up, having their first steps, losing their first teeth. 10 years of silence. I would see him at church on Sundays and look the other way, staring intently at the hymnal. I would see him at the grocery store and walk down a different aisle, my heart pounding in my chest, pretending I was fascinated by the canned peas. I told myself, he needs to apologize first. He borrowed the money. He was wrong. I am the victim here. I am right. I felt righteous. I felt strong. I felt justified. Then one Tuesday, a regular boring Tuesday in November, I got the call. Samuel had a heart attack at work. He was laughing at a joke, clutched his chest, and collapsed on the floor of the factory, gone before he hit the concrete. I drove to the hospital praying, bargaining with God. Take the $50, take my house, take everything, just let him be okay. But when I got there, the sheet was already pulled up. I stood at his casket 3 days later, looking at his face, still handsome even in death, looking so much like our father, and I screamed inside my head. I screamed so loud I thought the stained glass windows would shatter. I screamed, I'm sorry, keep the money, take everything, just wake up, yell at me, call me names, pull my hair, just come back so I can tell you I love you. Just come back so I can tell you I forgive you. But he didn't wake up. The silence was permanent. It was a silence deeper than the ocean. It was a silence that swallows you whole. I paid $50 for a lifetime of regret. I bought my pride, and the price was my brother. It was the worst bargain I ever made. I would give every dollar I have ever earned, every possession I own, to have 5 minutes to tell him I was an idiot. To hear his laugh one more time, to hear him call me sissy. You are doing the same thing, maybe not over money, maybe over politics, red versus blue, liberal versus conservative, maybe over a misunderstanding at Thanksgiving about a turkey, maybe over a comment they made about your weight or your job, maybe just out of laziness. I'll call Mom next week, you say. I'm tired tonight. I have to watch my show. I have to scroll through TikTok for 2 hours until I pass out. Next week turns into next month. Next month turns into next year. Life gets in the way. Work gets in the way. And suddenly you get the call you dread, the call that happens in the middle of the night or the middle of a meeting. Mom is in the hospital. Dad had a stroke. It's bad. And the guilt will crush you. It will not be a sharp pain. It will be a heavy weight. It will be a stone in your shoe for the rest of your life. You will carry that stone everywhere you walk. Every time you see a mother and daughter laughing, you will feel the stone. Every time you see an old man who looks like your dad, you will feel the stone. I know. But Miss Hattie, you don't understand. My parents are difficult. They criticize me. They don't support my dreams. They are toxic. They are narcissists. So what? Are you perfect? Do you never criticize? Do you support every single thing they do? Have you tried to understand them? Have you ever stopped to think about what it was like to be them? Your parents are human beings. They are not gods. They are not villains. They are flawed, messy, scared human beings. They are carrying trauma you know nothing about. They were raised by people who were even harder on them, people who beat them, people who ignored them, people who lived through wars and depressions. They did the best they could with the tools they had, which were mostly rusty hammers and dull saws. They were learning how to be parents while you were learning how to walk. They were making it up as they went along, just like you are. Most of their criticism is just fear. It is fear wearing a mask of judgment. They are terrified you will get hurt. They are terrified you will struggle. They are terrified the world will eat you alive. It comes out wrong. It comes out as nagging. When are you getting a real job? Translating to, I am scared you will be poor. Why aren't you married? Translating to, I am scared you will be lonely. But underneath the nagging is a fierce, primal love that you will not understand until you hold a child of your own in your arms and realize how fragile life is. You will not understand the terror of loving something that is walking around outside your body until you have done it. You want them to accept you unconditionally. Start by accepting them unconditionally. Accept that your dad is grumpy in the mornings because his back hurts from 40 years of labor to buy your braces. Accept that your mom repeats the same stories because her world has gotten small and you are the only exciting thing in it. Accept that they are getting older and slower and maybe a little more confused. Love is not about finding perfect people. It is about loving imperfect people perfectly. It is about seeing the cracks and loving the vessel anyway. It is about saying, I see your flaws, and I choose to sit with you anyway. You live in a culture that worships the self. Me first, self-care, protect my vibe, my truth, main character energy. It is a lonely religion. It is a cult of one. It creates unexpected hermits. When you cut everyone off who annoys you or challenges you or drains you, do you know what you are left with? A mirror, just you, alone in a room with your ego, and your ego cannot hug you back. Your ego cannot bring you soup when you are sick. Your ego cannot hold your hand when you are dying. When the world turns cold, and oh honey, it will turn cold, your followers won't be there. Your boss won't be there. Your vibe tribe won't be there to change your diaper or hold your hand in the hospital or help you bury your spouse. The people who comment, "Yas, Queen," on your photos won't be at your bedside. Do you know who will be there? That annoying mother, that toxic father, that dramatic sister. The people who knew you before you were cool. The people who wiped your butt. The people who saw you with braces and bad haircuts and loved you anyway. The people who saw you at your worst and didn't leave. Blood is thicker than water. It is thicker than likes. It is thicker than political opinions. It is thicker than money. It is the only safety net that actually catches you. I have seen it 1,000 times. I have lived 104 years. I have seen empires rise and fall. I have seen fortunes made and lost, friends drift away when the money runs out or the sickness comes. Lovers leave when the beauty fades or the excitement dies. The party ends, the music stops. But family stays, family fights for you. Family annoys you, yes, but they show up. They show up when it matters. They show up when everyone else has gone home. Stop looking for reasons to leave. Look for reasons to stay. Look for the bridge, not the match. Stop being a demolition expert and start being an architect. Be the bigger person. Pick up the phone. But I don't know what to say. It's been too long. It's awkward. So be awkward. Say hello. Say, I was thinking about you. Say, I saw a bird that reminded me of you. Say, remember that time we went to the beach and it rained? Ask them a question. People love to talk about themselves. Mama, what was your favorite song when you were 20? Daddy, tell me about your first car. Grandma, tell me about the war. Tell me about how you met Grandpa. Tell me about the day I was born. People want to be heard. Your parents want to know that they matter to you. They are sitting in houses that are too quiet, looking at photos of you when you were 5, wondering where that little boy or girl went. They are wondering if they failed. They are wondering if you hate them. They are waiting for the phone to ring. Give them the gift of your voice. Give them the gift of your time. Give them the gift of your curiosity. It costs you nothing but a little pride. Swallow it. Pride doesn't keep you warm at night. Pride is a cold bedfellow. Pride is the most expensive thing you own, and it buys you nothing but loneliness. And if you can't forgive them, if the hurt is too deep, I understand. Some wounds are deep. Some parents were cruel. Some situations are abusive. If you are in danger, stay away. But if it is just hurt, if it is just disappointment, forgiveness is not for them, it is for you. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You are the one dying. You are the one carrying the bitterness. It rots you from the inside out. It makes your face hard. It makes your heart small. Let it go. Not because what they did was okay, but because you deserve to be free. You deserve to put down the heavy suitcase of resentment. You deserve to walk light. You deserve peace. Every time you forgive, you heal a little piece of yourself. Every time you bridge a gap, you build a little piece of heaven on earth. I miss my mother's voice so much it physically hurts. I would give my right arm to hear her say, "Hattie, clean your room just one more time." I would give anything to feel her hand on my forehead when I had a fever. I would give anything to sit on the porch with her and snap string beans in silence. Don't wait until the funeral to bring the flowers. Flowers are for the living. The dead cannot smell them. Don't wait until the hospital bed to say, "I love you." Say it when they can hear it. Say it when they can say it back. Don't wait until the chair is empty to appreciate who sat in it. Do it now, today, right after this video. Don't scroll to the next video. Don't check your email. Don't look at the comments. Close your eyes. Picture your mother's face. Picture your father's hands. See the wrinkles. Those wrinkles were earned worrying about you. See the gray hair. That hair turned gray while they worked to put food on your table. See the sadness in their eyes. That sadness is because they miss you. That sadness is because they know their time is running out. They are not going to be here forever. The clock is ticking. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Every second is a second you cannot get back. Every wasted minute is a debit from an account that is already overdrawn. One day the phone will ring and it will be the last time. The voice on the other end will be a nurse or a police officer or a neighbor, and your world will change forever, and you will be an orphan. Don't let that day come with a heavy heart. Let it come with a clean slate. Let it come with the peace of knowing you did your part. You loved hard. You forgave quickly. You showed up. You tried. Call your mother. Call your father. Call your brother. Call your sister. Tell them you love them even if your voice shakes, even if it's awkward, especially if it's awkward. Break the silence. Be the brave one. Be the hero of your own family. Be the glue that holds the family together, not the dynamite that blows it apart. I am Miss Hattie. I am telling you this because I love you. I am telling you this because I am barely hanging on myself, and the ghosts of my family are the only company I have left. And because I don't want you to sit in a chair at 104 years old, crying over $50 and a brother you can never talk to again. Go, pick up the phone, make the call.